Hey everyone, I am Almar of almarsguides.com, and today I'm making a video of Old Sebilis farming. Now, this is probably one of my favorite areas to farm in the entire game, just because the frogs here drop so much plat, and also a lot of the goodies that they drop, like cultural stuff, the silk, pelts, even the nodding blue lilies that they drop sell pretty well in the bazaar. And this location is extremely easy to do. It's a lot of fun because you can pull tons of mobs at once. And it's just all around great in my opinion. Now, for farming here, you're probably going to want to be 65, let's say level 65 to 75 max. Now, it's kind of ironic that I'm farming here on my level 90 Beast Lord and telling you not to farm here over level 70. But I needed a character that I could easily plow through here and not worry about even remotely coming close to dying while I was narrating this video. And I just really wanted to show you the location rather than struggle here on a level 70 character. So this is what you get. Now, when it comes to farming Old Seb, one of the things I like doing is pulling a lot of mobs at once and then just plowing through them all. As you can see, pretty much exactly what I am doing here. And it works quite well. You're going to be getting a lot of Defiant gear while farming here, and you're also going to be taking out a few names that drop some goodies. And not only that, but you're going to be finding a lot of items that you can vendor for a high amount. Which is one of the main reasons that I am making this video now, is because I wanted to make a video that could possibly help out any free-to-play players, because free-to-play players are not able to set up a trader, so that means they're going to be looking for areas that they can farm and get just a lot of plat without having to worry about selling the items that they get to other players. Now, here you're going to be getting about 5 plat to 10 plat per kill. That's not including what you're going to be finding that sells to vendors, which are just mainly gems. You'll find like a certain like ring, maybe a fire emerald ring, something like that, that'll sell to a vendor for a large amount. And you want to hold on to these, obviously, and vendor every one of them that you find. Now, this location isn't only good for free-to-play players, it's actually better for non-free-to-play players because you'll get Defiant gear, which sells extremely well in the bazaar. And you're going to be finding tons and tons and tons of stuff here. Once again, this is probably one of my favorite farming locations. Of course, not at the higher level, but definitely when I was level 70, I came here to farm pretty much daily. I have always had lots of fun farming here and all of that fun stuff. So, once again, highly recommend this farming location. Now, the main thing that I want to come across here, or talk about rather, is the zone is gigantic. The main areas we're going to be farming is the frog locks, which pretty much the frog locks are all up at the top. I know the map's hard to see. The person who made it probably wasn't thinking of people if you have bad vision. Your eyes are going to be hurting. But we're going to be staying up top and farming the frog locks. There are mushroom people and clay golems down below, but we want to kind of skip over them considering the fact that they have a lot more HP, they hit harder, and they drop pretty much the same stuff that the frogs do. So there's no reason to kill harder mobs for the same stuff. So, once again, we're going to be sticking with the frogs. In order to get to the clay golems and the mushroom men, what you would need to do is go down into the water and swim through a few tunnels, and then you'll come right out to them. So as long as you avoid that, you'll be perfectly a-okay. Now, if you can't pull large packs of these frogs at once, don't worry. You can kill them one at a time. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I have to kill them one at a time here because if I try to pull large packs, I don't know why that door isn't opening. My pet just kind of owns all of them, as what kind of happened here. My pet killed them all before I could pull a large pack because that door wasn't opening. So, it doesn't really matter how you kill them. You can pull them in a large pack and kill them one by one. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you and however you want to do it. The The only thing that I would like to add, though, is if you decide to pull them in large packs, and large packs are a little bit difficult for you, you might want to pull smaller packs or take them out one by one, because these frogs do run, and they run rather fast. So if you don't have some sort of AoE snare or something like that, that could put quite a damper on your day. So keep that in mind when it comes to farming here, and all of that fun stuff. Now, I can't really think of anything else to say about farming here. I want to show you the other end, though, where there's more frogs, which I'm probably just going to blast through over to there. Loot these stuff that my pet killed, and we'll run over to there real fast. As for faction hits in here, you don't have to worry about anything. The faction in here is essentially useless. I'm sure there's at least someone out there that would disagree with that, but for 90% of the players, you're not going to worry about any faction hits here. Another thing I'd like to say is you're going to be getting a lot of Defiant gear here. I haven't gotten any yet, but I will be sure to shout out when I find a piece. The Defiant gear, free-to-play players will not be able to sell them in the bazaar, once again, because you can't set up a trader. However, even if you are a free-to-play player, I still recommend you hold on to them for when you do upgrade to gold membership, because the Defiant gear will indeed net you a lot of money in the bazaar. It's about 200 plat per piece, and it adds up rather quickly with how much you'll be finding. I've actually become rather unlucky so far, to the point of where I haven't found any Defiant gear. I usually at least find a few pieces by now, but it's not much to worry about if you don't find anything. Because I know some people do find it quite frustrating setting up a trader every night, pricing it, and then leaving your computer on all night. It's not for everyone, and it definitely reflects that in how many people have set up traders. So once again, this farming location is pretty much for you if you can't or don't like setting up a trader. You get a large amount of gold, plat for each. There's a sapphire, actually. I'd like to interrupt myself and mention that sells for close to 200 plat at a vendor. Ooh, wrong way, actually. That leads to a locked door, which I can't pick, and I don't even know where the key comes from. I've always been wanting to know, and always wanted to go in there, though. Now back to the farming. The only a few fun footnotes for here is there's slippery floors. I'm pretty sure a few pitfalls somewhere. All things you want to watch out for. And remember, while farming here, it's not fun to slip off into the water and then you got to struggle to find a way back up and all of that fun junk. So keep that in mind. But once again, nothing in here should give you any difficulty whatsoever. So it might not be as dangerous as it sounds. I'm actually almost done here, just looting up these, and then I'll show you the last little bit of an area, and then the video will be all over. I plan to be making some more farming guides later in the day and later in the week, month, something like that. I'm starting off with a bunch of lower level farming locations because I'm sure a lot of the newbie players would be greatly interested in learning farming locations rather than the people that are already 90 to 95 that know a lot of these farming locations. I will be creating video guides for you guys as well as text guides. As you can imagine, doing this stuff is a lot of work. I got to compress the video, make the video, narrate the video, and upload the video. Deal with the people that unsubscribe to me because they don't like that I'm uploading Everquest videos and not current game videos because they're quite childish. And yes, ultimately I can't think of anything else to say there. Ran out of stuff to say. One reason I dislike narrating. But I pretty much covered the entire area that you'll be farming in Old Seb. I plowed through it rather fast, about 10 minutes. If I was farming here at level 90, I'd have to wait on respawns, which is definitely one reason I don't recommend farming here at such a high level. But ultimately, what you want to do is up to you. If you haven't been here in a while, you just wanted to relive the zone or anything such as that, you know, nothing's stopping you from coming here. So let me plow through looting this real fast, and then I'll pretty much summarize the video, say my goodbyes, and things such as that. If you enjoy seeing these farming locations and you are anxious to see more Everquest farming locations in the future, please comment, subscribe, and like the video. Also, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but my website does have a Facebook, and if you have a Facebook, if you like me on Facebook, that helps me substantially, and also pretty much restores my morale for my job here, which is to make these videos and make guides via my website. So, if you're an Everquest player or you just like watching my videos, once again, subscribe to me. There's going to be plenty more coming, and I hope to hear from you guys. I always enjoy hearing from my fans.